Now, you've probably heard, in fact, how many of you have heard that dinosaurs lived millions of years ago? Have you heard that? That there was a dinosaur age supposedly 70 to 200 million years ago. But you know what, boys and girls? I don't believe there was a dinosaur age 70 to 200 million years ago. In fact, you know, when somebody says that to me, I'll tell you what I do. Because I've read a book in the Bible called Job, in Job chapter 38 and verse 4, God asked Job a question. He said, Job, where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Where were you? In other words, were you there, Job? Were you there? You know what I say to people when they say to me dinosaurs lived millions of years ago? I ask them a very simple question. I say, were you there? Next time a teacher says to you, millions of years ago, put your hand up and say, excuse me, sir, were you there? Some of them look old enough to have been there, don't you think? Hey? Maybe they do. In fact, can you say that question for me? The next time somebody says millions of years ago, what do you say to them? Were you there? Of course, they'll say to you, well, no, but you weren't either. And you'll say, no, I wasn't, but I know someone who's always been there. Are you interested? In fact, can you tell me who's always been there? Ah, God's always been there. That's right. Now, you remember that. No scientist has ever always been there. No human being has always been there, but there is someone who has always been there. God has always been there.
If somebody believes that the world is only 6,000 years old, or of the order of a few thousand years old, when the true age of the Earth is of the order of a few billion years old, that means they're out by a factor of 1 million, which is not a trivial error. I am not very good at arithmetic, and I calculated that it's equivalent to believing that the distance from New York to San Francisco is 700 yards. But I received a letter from a mathematician who'd done the sum again, and he said I got it wrong. It's actually equivalent to believing that the distance from New York to San Francisco is 28 feet. Either way, it gives you an idea of the scale of the error. The questioner asked, what would the people of Liberty University have to do in order to demonstrate that these dinosaur fossils really were 3,000 years old? Well, what they would have to do is to find igneous rocks which were found in proximity to or sandwiching the fossils, and date these by radioactive dating. Several different, half a dozen at least, different forms of radioactive dating, all of which give independent estimates of the date of these fossils. And all those different methods of doing it should point to an age of 3,000 years. In fact, of course, what those methods of dating all show is that dinosaur fossils are hundreds of millions, or no less than 65 million years old. Not just one method of radioactive dating, lots and lots of different methods of radioactive dating, different clocks working on completely different principles that all point to the same order of magnitude of age of these dinosaur fossils. If it's really true that the museum at Liberty University has dinosaur fossils which are labeled as being 3,000 years old, then that is an educational disgrace. It is debauching the whole idea of a university, and I would strongly encourage any members of Liberty University who may be here to leave and go to a proper university.
So, dude, how about those dinosaurs, man? You know, millions of years ago, dinosaurs.
Dude, you're always trying to do this to me, trying to brainwash me. You know dinosaurs aren't fucking real.
Dude, maybe you should just, like, you know, comb your hair or something, dude.
Dude, fuck this, I'm leaving.
Maybe that'll make
you know I don't use those, never going
to.
to.
Dude, what the fuck, man?
One word, asshole, the Bible. I'm out here. It's proof.